Well, it's about time for an update on the MPS 6. We've installed an oil catch can on the car. The idea is just to catch some of the oil that was coming out the top of our tappet cover and that may be going back into the intake. So we've fixed that up, we've added some gauges that we're going to have a look at, and we're going to look at some of the other mods that we've done on the car. I've had a set of gauges sitting on my bench for about 3 months, so we're going to wire some of that up and install it, and this is how you do it. So in order to make our gauges work, we need a couple of things. Because I'm using an MPS 6, it uses the cartridge style filter. Cartridge style filters a little bit better for the environment, because when you change out the filter, all you're throwing out is the cardboard paper style cartridge, and you just put a new cartridge in. So they're a bit more eco-friendly, but to get our oil pressure and temperature, to keep that system, we'd have to drill holes and do all kinds of weird stuff to try and do that. So the alternative is to buy a screw-on kit. So this just replaces that system. You undo where the normal cartridge would bolt onto there. The different system, I'll show you some shots of that in a minute. This is the screw-on kit, which generally they come with everything you need. Then you just go to a screw-on style filter. Kit often comes with its own filter, so it actually saves a few dollars. Then we've got an adapter plate as well, and what this allows for, is you can then screw this on to once this is mounted onto the car, we'll line that up with its gasket, we'll screw this over the top, then our filter fits on top again, and what we're left with is not a lot of extra anything, except we've now got holes where, if we were to look at this gauge that I just had, we're then able to screw our temperature gauge. So to start this off, we've obviously taken off our scuff plate, and I've just drained the oil there, which is pretty cool, and this is our old style canister filter. Pretty basic stuff. What we're going to need to do is, there's a sensor there. We need to be careful of that. We need to undo this 4 of these bolts, which look like they've got a 10 or a 12 mil head on the end. We'll see if that's the right measurement or not. And then on top there is a water coolant line, which is probably going to puke all over us as well. But we're not actually going to worry about a pod at all. We're just going to start undoing these, and we'll take it from there. This is a little bit messy and wet. There's kind of no way to take this off that I've found. I've only done one other one, and I couldn't work out how to do it any neater. So if people have neater ideas, please let me know. I would really like to be able to do this better. But leave that in the comments, please. Start doing that now. Alrighty, so the ERG delete is done. Well, this first part of it anyway. And you can see in there's a little bung, a bit of silicone gaskety stuff on there, and this is the other part of it right there. You can see once again a little bit of silicone gaskety stuff just to seal it up. I've also unplugged the main unit. Sometimes I've heard people say, you know, oh, it's going to throw a cell. Mine hasn't yet. The easiest way to do the delete's actually unplug that. But look at that. And I did that a little while ago. Car's running fine since then. But that's actually going to save you a bit of work. If you ever need to take off your throttle body, it may save you taking off your intake. Take off your intake manifold, because you had to take that off. You'd have to get access to all here. Probably will save you time in the long run. If you're ever doing a turbo though, to take this off means you can pull the turbo out sideways a lot easier, depending on the size of the turbo. If you're using a big one like this, that's a bit different, but yeah, cool. The car didn't sound right, something didn't feel right, and then I found this. I'd bent a rod. I'd broken my engine, and so there was just one thing to do.
Daddy's getting in. That's what I'm doing. And he is going. Aww.
Yeah, so obviously that's, I'm not the most thrilled about what's just happened in the car, but we're going to make the most of this. And so, in this episode of Tim's Garage, I'll show you the rebuild engine. Wow, never thought I'd be doing that in bloody episode. Never thought I'd be doing that from bloody episode. Here we go. Oh wow.